You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey guys, welcome to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U. My name's Paul.
And I'm Rob. And you're listening to episode number 383. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your valuable time with us.
You should be happy it's just a few minutes because we went to research this question and it took
more than a few minutes.
a lot more than a few minutes. So,
But thank goodness for the whole search feature. I don't know if that worked, though. If that actually helped.
It did not help very much.
Bummer.
It gave us a general idea of where to look in the 107 document for what we were looking for. But oh my gosh.
That's a long dang document.
I have a question, guys, at the FAA. I understand your point of saying, like, the NAB and the National Radio and the Governor's Office of Utah. Like, I love how you're explaining why you came to the conclusions that you came to, but we still question some of your conclusions.
That will always be the case.
Well, with
Of
any
anybody who
regulatory
makes
body.
conclusions,
True.
there'll be questions.
Well, yeah,
People
true.
question us
True.
with our conclusions.
True.
So there we go.
I think the question was, though, like, why do you need a waiver? Like, what problem does a waiver solve by flying over people?
So it was talking about the fact that some of these people that are on a set, for example, or at a concert might not be in a position to be paying attention to the fact that there's a drone above them, right? And therefore not able to get out of the way. So you're not supposed to fly over them.
True.
But you can get a waiver to fly over them.
True.
But does that make them any safer?
No.
No, it doesn't. Not in my eyes. So anyways, that's what we were talking about.
Maybe what
Good
we should
times.
do is I'm going to forever change the concert industry right now at this one statement.
Boom. Just
Boom.
don't mess with my Adele concert, Paul.
What if they had a net over the people, 10 feet over the people, so that you could still see through the net, but if the drone were to ever crash, it would never hit a person? Just if they had a net.
Or you could just tether it to the ceiling.
Well, what happened to being outside?
We're outside?
Well, concerts normally take place outside.
No, they don't. Not normally.
If they're big
They're
concerts,
in
sure they do.
arenas all the time.
What about the arenas that have the roofs that open? Is that
Okay.
navigable airspace?
I don't know.
Because I've heard that argument go both ways from different FAA people.
Because that's
so-
still in the building, right?
Yeah. So is it navigable airspace?
Well, you can navigate
Let
and
me
you're
ask
in
you
the
this.
air.
Do you need a COA to fly inside of a stadium
No.
or outside of a stadium, around the stadium?
That's a good
You
question.
see how this
Yeah.
digresses here?
I do.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
No, we need to digress, actually.
All right, let's get into today's question. We're going to be talking about the movie business. Can you use your 333 exemption to continue filming movies? Nope, you can't. But can you use your 107 exemption? We are going to find out
Really?
because we really had to dig deep into this, which was kind of sad. So, but anyway, let's play the question.
All right.
Hi guys, this is Ben. I was wanting to know if I need a 333 to film on a movie set. I'm not going to be flying over people or anything like that. I just wondered if the 107 would suffice. I tried to read through a lot of it. I have a short attention span. It didn't work out so great. So I can't really retain that information well. So anyway, if you could just let me know, that'd be awesome. And I love the show. It's awesome. And thanks again. Bye.
There you go. Good question. So he's saying, do I need a 333 or is the 107 going to suffice?
No more 333s. Those are getting phased out. They all had expiration dates of 2017 anyway.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I knew
Anyway,
that. Okay. Never mind.
here's my point.
Speak your point.
I understand why he had difficulty reading through that.
It's brutal.
Ugh, it was awful.
It's brutal, brutal, brutal.
It was awful. I mean, literally, like, I think I read through a few pages before I finally got, like, quasi-answer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did find the answer, though.
this law is 14 CFR 107.39. That was hard to remember. Anyway.
Not for you.
Anyway, this is where you can find the information. Can you fly close-set movies with your drone in a 107? The answer is...
Drum roll, please.
no.
Unless?
You have a COA, a waiver.
So that really hasn't changed much.
No.
So really, in terms of his question, the answer would be the 107 will suffice.
Yes.
You would just have to get the COA.
Yes.
Because again,
You're flying directly over people.
getting that COA makes them safer somehow.
Yes.
I still don't understand that, but that's okay.
You said it, I didn't. You said it, I didn't.
Yes.
Anyway, we read through that 107. This was on page 270, and they're kind of detailing what is participating versus non-participating people. And one of the big things, I think, why we're seeing the COA is because one of the arguments was that people are innately consenting to be participating people with the drone when you are on set because they have to do work, and thus they're inherently saying, well, I have to be here to do my job that is in relation to the drone.
And it specifically mentioned close set.
Yes,
right,
it did
in the verbiage.
specifically mention that. So you still have to do your safety briefings. You still have to do all that nonsense. But it's a good thing. In the end, it'll save someone's life, so it is worth it. So,
But the good news is you don't have to have your 333 to film on set. You can do it with a 107.
you can do it with 107. And I'm really happy about that because there are a lot of guys who film on set who, no offense, you guys suck. Anyway.
Well, and this is going to be interesting because you've been told in the past that unions are going to require the 333 for people that some of the unions around here.
And that's another great point too. People all the time are like, well, I want to fly on set. Do I have to be a part of the union? And the answer is no. You are a vendor. This is a very different aspect of the movie business. Right now, there are two very separate unions. In fact, I think there's now, I say two, but I think there's actually four now. These unions are all fighting on how to define drone operators because they want to include them into the union. Now,
Want them dues.
Yes. Now, you may have your thoughts on whether unions are good or bad.
Not here to debate that.
I'm not here to debate that. Gosh, do I want to? Oh, man. Anyway, you are a vendor. The unions are fighting over how to define drone operators. They say, well, you're holding the camera, so you're a grip. And then the other guy's saying, no, you control the camera, so you're a cinematographer. So am I 480 or am I 600 or am I a Teamster or am I a part of the new drone union? Those are the four that are fighting over it. And the answer is you're not a part of the union. You're a vendor.
Unless you choose to be.
Unless you want to be, and that's fine. And you may hear some people say, well, you'll get first right of refusal if it's a union movie. That's not true. It's a vendor position, so they are essentially going to take the best person. And I've learned this on set over and over and over again. If you can showcase that you have the skill, the smooth movements, and your price point is around, if not below, your competitions, you will undercut them left and right every day.
So are you a member of one of these unions?
Absolutely. No.
No. Okay.
I had to stop. I had to stop myself from cussing.
Good job. My point in bringing that up is that you don't have an issue getting work because you can fly.
Exactly.
That's the point.
Union does not dictate you're going to get jobs because if you have no skill set, you're still not going to get jobs. And here's the other thing. I really don't understand. I fundamentally don't understand the point of a union. They say, well, we protect you in pricing strategy. We offer you disability and benefits. And we, we stand up for your rights. It's like, number one, I'm not a total pansy, so I can stand up.
Are we debating unions now?
So we can stand up for myself.
Yes.
We've got Social Security and disability, so I'm not sure why we need benefits from someone else. Number three, we've got OSHA, so I don't understand why we need the protection. And then I can get a 401k or a Roth IRA from just about any bank online in about 5 minutes. So I really don't understand the need. But I just also want to say I have a fundamental bias against unions because my dad owns one of the largest anti-union firms in the country. So I'm very anti-union.
Full disclosure.
Because I grew up watching my dad investigating how they spent their money, and he learned that they really didn't spend their money. This was the Teamsters in Chicago, labor union. Anyway,
Toast.
We're toast. But that they had issues where they were spending their money. So I've always grown up with this innate bias. So what I'm saying is biased, and I'm saying that because I hate reading biased news where people don't very clearly come out and say like, hey, I have a liberal bias. So
Yeah.
I have a bias against unions, and I'm just letting you know that because I feel like that's the fair thing to do.
Well, and I would just go back to the practicality of the matter, and that is you don't have an issue getting work, and you're not a member of a union, but it's because you can fly, you do a good job, they want you to do the work for them. What more is there to say about that?
There were actually unions fighting over to let me in their union for free.
Really?
Yeah, that was last year. And then I realized...
Can you be in more than one union? Could you be in all of them?
That is a really good question.
I don't know.
Like the whole, I just like how the drones are just turning the movie industry inside out. I just absolutely love it. So anyway, because progress and modernization should do that, and when people don't fight it, they're protectionists, and it's just very clear to see. So anyway,
Well, you can fight it. It's going to happen.
yeah, it's going to
So
happen whether you like it or not.
You might as well put your energy somewhere else. I mean, in more of a beneficial place.
Totally. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much.
And if you have a question, askdroneu.com. Don't forget, please, that if you're asking the question, somebody else is thinking the same thing and wondering, but for whatever reason is not calling in with a question. Maybe, and sometimes people don't even know how to articulate what they're wondering about or how they're thinking about something. And when you ask a question, they say, I was wondering that same thing. So please, askdroneu.com. Check us out.
Absolutely, guys. And if this podcast has helped you out, please leave us a review. I also want to know your opinions on the unions. I want to know your opinion on the 107 and having to get a waiver for movies. What do you think? Remember also, though, that we still have 45, 50 days to comment on the 107 to potentially have some of these things changed. Now, I can't guarantee all the comments will be read immediately, but they may be read over the next decade. So, that being said, someone's going to read your comment, so make sure to get those comments in. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I think the FAA appreciates it too. I mean, genuinely, they want to know. And also,
I think so too.
do not be a when you write your comment. It's very bad. You need to be polite. You need to be nice. We are all human beings. Someone may work for the FAA, but they also have a family, and they're a husband, a dad, a human being. So be nice to people, because at the end, don't you want people to be nice to you? Anyway, I don't need to say that. I'm not your mom. Have a good day.
I'm Rob.
I'm Paul. Astro and you.
See ya.